Well, hello there, it's Beards and Bangers, and today I'm on a train, which can only mean one thing. So I'm off to London, so I've just left Aylesbury about 10 minutes ago. I am heading to Marylebone, of course, which is the only station you can go into from Aylesbury. And then I've got to make my way across London to St Pancras because I need to get to Huntingdon in Cambridgeshire. So we'll get to St Pancras and I'll fill you in on what's going on. Okay, so now on the second train, I can be a bit more amplified in here because it's a much quieter train. Thameslink service is really good. We're already like 10 minutes in, we're already well out of London, whereas it takes about God knows how long to get from Buckinghamshire into London with our wonderful diesel railways, but I love them nonetheless. So yeah, what am I going to see? Well, I'm not going to tell you quite yet. This vehicle, so obviously my last video, or one of my last videos was about buying cars sight unseen. Just turn you into the light slightly. This one I have actually already been to see. So today's Friday the 28th of March. So on the Monday of this week I went up to Huntingdon, or just north of Huntingdon, to go and have a look at this car. It is British, it's a true British car. It's got quite a beefy engine, and it's probably the top of the range model of this particular car. We'll see if you can guess it already. So we put the time of the video in the comments down below if you can guess what it is. So we'll get up country to Huntingdon and go and collect this car that I've already paid a deposit on. Right, so back down south. Yes. So what car have I got? Well, I used to own a car very similar. In fact, same car, just different gearbox. Some of you, I did put a Facebook post when I went to collect it, and some of you did guess correctly, even though I didn't let on, because it's a car that I regret buying several years ago. So yes, I have got myself a Rover 3500S, so P6 with the Buick derived 3.5 V8 engine, but this one's mated to a 4-speed manual gearbox. So it gives you a bit more performance and a bit more fuel economy. So by a bit more, I mean like about 4 miles per gallon. But we're not buying this car for MPG. We're buying it because I absolutely love them. Now, I last had a P6 in probably sold it in about, I don't know, 2012, something like that, and I bought it in 2007, I think. So I had a tobacco leaf, P registered, KDY 16P, 3500 automatic. So obviously quite juicy, and I was at that time quite young, so it was a bit difficult to keep putting fuel in it. Interestingly, I've just filled this car up, and it's it wasn't quite empty, so probably just over a quarter of a tank in it. It cost £96, but that was Shell V power on a main road, so that's 170 a litre. So I can get premium fuel for a lot less than that back in Aylesbury. But when I bought my first P6 back in 2007, I could have bought a manual, but I didn't like it because the gearbox felt a bit janky. So I bought the automatic. The automatic one was in better condition, but I really regret it. So ever since, I've been looking for one of these, and one came up on eBay. So here it is. So this car hasn't yet got a name. He is definitely a he, but he's not perfect. I'm not going to do a massive look over right now because I do want to get back and get the car kind of parked up. But here he is. I'm just going to let this person manoeuvre. I don't know what they're trying to do. And yeah, there we are. So yeah, lunar grey, so it's like a greeny, because the moon is made from green cheese, that's why it's called lunar grey, because it is more of a green. A beautiful colour, not perfect, but by no means a basket case. I've checked all the skeleton, all underneath, and it's quite solid. So there's a bit of tat on the bottom of the door cards, but the door skin, sorry. But you've got some surface rust down here on these bumpers, which behind the bumpers. But that's quite treatable. That's something we can probably do in the unit. Chrome work is actually okay. I love the registration. I think that is absolutely fantastic. UMK 888M, and I'm not going to go into the nicknames that have been suggested for this car, but yeah, there's a few with that 888. That 888 is, yeah, part of the theme, let's say that. Got a nice little badge bar there, which is nice. In the boot, I don't know if the boot's open, but we'll have a quick look. We've actually got some bits, because the David, who I bought the car from, really lovely fella. We've got an repair operation manual, which is fantastic. Some various kind of bits and bobs in there. We've got some spares in there, but if we look in this box here, we've got the square 8s. So they're the fog lamps that go on the front. One, unfortunately, is missing a cover, so if anyone has got a Lucas cover like this, then do let me know. I did fill the car up, but it smells of petrol. I wonder if there's a bit of a leak in the filler cab. I've got a spare steering wheel, but that's actually that's a 3500, not an S steering wheel. But yeah, loads of bits and bobs. I mean, that's fantastic, just having all that bit. But Dave is very generous. A lot of people will actually sell this stuff separately. Wheel bearings, various caps, bit of touch-up paint, bit of hose. So yeah, he's not kind of just sold the car, kept all the spares and sold them separately. He's actually sold me the lot. And spare wheel, of course, in there. Let's have a quick look inside. This door catch is a bit on the dodgy side, but it's, oh, I don't know how many miles I've done. Probably 40 to get to where I am. But I've just forgotten how absolutely comfortable these cars are, how well they drive, and how, yeah, how smooth the road is. So I've been over a few, you know what the roads are like. Even the main roads are crap, and it just wafts over them. The great news is, of course, those of you who know P6s, your rear brake discs are actually inboard, so they're an absolute nightmare to change. But Dave has done that already, and he's put an upgraded radiator on as well, so the temperature's just sitting in the lower half of the green all the way back. Even when I got stuck in traffic coming across the Marston Vale line just near Milton Keynes, didn't overheat, didn't turn the engine off, just kept it running. The temperature gauge just stayed exactly where it was. But just forget how lovely. Obviously the 2000s have that kind of speedometer there, but you've got Jaeger instruments, so you've got temperature, fuel, speedo, oil pressure, amp meter, rev counter, clock. I don't think that's working. What have we got here? We've got, and this isn't a review, I'm just reminded to tell you, heated rear windscreen, ignition. You've got a kind of a glove box under there. Excuse me, I had my lunch and just tucked it there. Radio doesn't work. Choke, and that does actually lock in place, which is good. Petrol reserve, which we didn't have to use. Cigarette lighter, interior lights, headlights, windscreen wipers, and hazard warning. You've got a little reading lamp there. This lovely shelf. I actually had my sandwich and crisps parked in there on the way down here. So I found the first Shell garage. I thought I'm going to put some E5 in, and because these have already got hardened valve seats, you don't have to put lead additive in. But I just forgotten how lovely it is. Look, it's got box pleat kind of charcoal black leather, and what I'll get the camera resting. I'll just show you what David's given me with the car, because it's fantastic. Yeah, so with the car I've got a superb folder of stuff. We've got some photographs of some work it had done. We've got loads of V5s going right back. It's only got 3 previous owners, this car. It's got a heritage certificate from Gaydon, which is really, really good. Yeah, definitely, if you've got an older car, it's definitely worth getting one of those. And then just an absolute folder full of receipts and kind of information, parts suppliers. We've even got the owner's manual, so that would have come with the car when it was brand new. So it's not just a nice car that I've always wanted. It's got some provenance. We've got a really good folder of history there as well. I think I've given you a bit of an overview. I'm really keen to get back. It's been quite a long day so far, so I'll take you with me for some of the drive, and we'll see what you think of this car. Right, let's see how much I smiled during this drive. The handbrake does need adjusting. That's not effective, but listen to that. Now, the one thing I've worked out, and I have got the window open, so please don't moan, but it's quite warm in here, and obviously I haven't got aircon. But the speedo, I've just checked it against Google Maps or Google Sat Nav, and the speedo's about 5% too slow. So it's 5 miles an hour too slow, sorry. So yeah, if it's showing I'm doing 55, I'm actually doing 60. So the one good thing with that is it means the car has got legs still. I'm just happily sitting on dual carriage. So the A41, which runs from sort of Bedford to Milton Keynes, the car's just taken that in its stride. It's got a couple of little gremlins. So I say the handbrake needs a bit of adjustment. It does like to pop out of third, and sometimes doesn't like going into third. But the car is 50 years old and is entitled to be a bit grumpy about certain things. Brakes are great. The actual foot brake, really good. Because that can be the problem with the P6, is you can buy, listen to that, that's just, it's lovely, isn't it? So yeah, so P6, you've got to really listen out for the rear brake, but the Dion tube's definitely working. So we've been over a few bumps and it's not been too misbehaved. So that's what it does, occasionally pops out of gear. But boy, does it go well. So we're up at 60 already. That's just I am, as you can probably tell, I am so happy that I've got one of these. I've been looking for one for ages, and I just thought what did it for me was the NEC. So there, I was parked up, my car was on a stand near a lot of P6s, and there were a lot of P6s there. That is going so well. Oh, I will do the window up, that probably is very loud and annoying for you. Keep fit windows. The quarter lights work. I will change position a minute so you can see more coming forward. The great thing with the P6 doing videos is, because there's no headrests on these, or you can get ET headrests for them, you can actually mount the camera on one of the rear doors and get a better view, which is quite a shot I quite like actually when I'm watching other automotive YouTube videos. But boy, this thing sounds good and goes well. Jeepers. Handles well as well. You can, I mean, it is wallowy because it's a Rover. Let's not forget, it's not a Ferrari. Bit of a corner there. That's gone in second to right that time. But that is lovely. Right, so let's do the final leg of the journey. I won't show you all of it, but that's gone into reverse happier that time. And that pops out again. That's it. I think it's a link. I think there's a bit of a linkage issue because the gearbox seems absolutely fine. Need to adjust the rear view mirror. What I'd like is a mirror actually on the door here, because it's a bit hard to see. But yeah, this thing is, oh, that camera's a bit wonky. Let's just give you a bit of an adjustment. That's the mount. Can't, oh my God, look at that, that's awful. Right, we'd have to leave you like that, I'm afraid, but it is what it is. I don't care, I've got a P6. There's a bit of a seal issue somewhere, because I've got some rather, now the one thing you shouldn't have in a Rover P6, because these things are supposed to be like ultra refined, is you shouldn't have lots of wind noise. But I've got a whistling from this door. I think it's something to do with the way this door is seated, because it's, yeah, it shouldn't be doing that. I think there's a seal whistling maybe around the windscreen as well. But this car's going to live indoors at the unit. Doesn't mean I'm going to have to make some space though, but we'll come on to that another day. You will see a video about biomorphic fairly soon. Listen to that. You're probably getting a lot of wind noise, but that V8 is super smooth, but the sound is just superb. Really, really good. And I'm probably driving a bit more spirited now because I'm back in Buckinghamshire on roads that I know really well, so I can anticipate. I am getting a very strong smell of petrol, and it only came when I filled it up, and I think that's a P6 thing, because that is stirring something in my memory banks from my previous P6. So I probably wouldn't normally keep it with full fuel in, but this car had just over a quarter of a tank when I got it, and even E5 goes stale very quickly, so I don't know how long this car had been sitting. So I thought, let's just flush the tank through with V-Power. So V-Power's expensive petrol. I know I normally use SO or BP premium. I don't never buy E10, but just putting a large amount of fuel in just means you're diluting any of the old fuel. So hopefully you're, giving it a bit of a chance. And all cars run happier on fresh fuel. There's no doubt about it. But this, it is so nice. I've had a mission to get it because, of course, Aylesbury, you can only go to Marylebone or Harrow on the Hill, basically, from Aylesbury on the train. Pause for a bit of V8. So yeah, so it took me basically 3 hours to get to Huntingdon, which if I went in the car, so today's Friday, I went up to see this car Monday, and I drove up, and that takes like an hour and 20 minutes, so it's a bit annoying. I could have got a taxi there, but that was basically double the cost of the train, and I'm probably going to be spending quite a lot of money on fuel this summer now. But I will do a fleet update fairly soon. I've got a few things to work out with a few people, and yeah, there'll definitely be a big, and it'll be not a members only one, it'll be a big fleet update for everyone to see. But yeah, if you want to see what's going to happen with this project and all my other projects, and you don't already do so, please do hit that subscribe button with bell notification so you get a little message on your phone when I upload content like this. Got a lot of videos kind of at the moment, so it's a busy time of year. I've just had the last week off and it's just gone like that, and I've been doing car related stuff pretty much every day, so it's been quite nice. Obviously I had the NEC last weekend. The one big thing with this car is, I obviously test drove it Monday. I probably spent 20 minutes driving the car, but I was with the owner. You can't be too kind of aggressive with it, but just getting back in one of these, I suddenly feel at home again. I regretted selling my auto one, even though it probably wasn't the right one for me. But I should have got that manual at that time, but I'm glad I didn't. Ironically, that manual I looked at back in 2007 was a Luna Grey manual down near Harefield Hospital, so sort of Hillingdon direction. So it was quite, yeah. It was maybe I wasn't ready for one of these then, but I'm certainly ready for one now. I am just so thrilled to get one. NEC, you're to blame. There were so many, those of you who bought P6s to the NEC pretty much spurred me on. I've been looking at some for a little while. I did actually look at one a week ago, so I looked at before I was getting all kind of googly eyed at the NEC. But that was a 2200 twin carb, but the head gasket had gone, so I took it for a test drive. It was misfiring really badly. Obviously the compression's gone. Got back, did a few checks on it, and the oil cap was okay, the dipstick was okay. It was the radiator. There was basically a layer of scum on top, oily scum on top of it, and the guy was asking top dollar as it was for a car that wasn't perfect. Bloody cyclist in the way now. And I just thought, no, P6s are a car that I love. Okay, I've always got to find projects, but I don't, with Poseidon and the Bram stuff going on, I don't really want to spend that much more. So one that's sort of a light project that could just be fettled now and again, like this car, is ideal. there we are. I'm thrilled. Hopefully you're thrilled. Tell me what you think in the comments. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up as well, and do share it with your friends. Obviously a lot of my content is modern classics, but if you think someone will start liking my channel because I've now got a P6, then share that video with them as well. More on this car very, very soon. It will be at the Chiltern Hills Rally, which is fast approaching, on the 18th of May. So I'll drop a link to the event in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again very soon on the next episode of Beards and Bangers, whenever that may be. Goodbye.